anyhow, y'all see, it is like 6:30 in the morning. Now, usually, y'all know I've been already done walked my dog and everything, but I had to work, and I had to work late. Um, that's kind of weird. You know what? Maybe it's the place. Maybe it's the place. Y'all, maybe it's where I work at. It's giving me hives. Y'all, I don't know. Like, I just started feeling itchy. I just left work. But anyhow, didn't have it last couple of days. It just out of the blue, it stopped. I wasn't so stressed out. Um, but I do feel kind of like, eh. But anyhow, um, y'all, today I wanted to talk about living in abundance. Okay, and first, I would like to start off by saying, if you're trying to look for a cliche kind of thing um, about abundance, this is not the channel. Y'all see, my stuff is very raw, very organic, very natural. You don't see a lot of um, tapestry and all that other stuff and theatrics. Not to say that it's not liked or wanted, but I wanted to come on here. I told y'all as authentic as I possibly can, and to give you some meat, And so, but I know a lot of people like that, but that's not always the best thing to do. Um, so anyhow, I wanted to talk about abundance. If you know anything about abundance, um, abundance is a spirit. It's a mindset. It's a mindset, and it's a spirit, and it unlocks doors. It unlocks doors to things, okay? Because once you change your mindset and you have an open mindset, aka a growth mindset, you understand that um, opportunities and blessings and challenges and all those can come from different areas and not just from you, and you're not in control of it, and to be okay with it. Okay. Uh, so yeah. Um, so uh, yeah, that's basically what abundance really, really, really is. Um, a lot of people talk about the outward um, consequence that you see, the visible. You'll see a lot of things. People think a lot of money, clothing, jewelry, opportunities, people, your connections, you know, um, because wealth is really connections, y'all. Wealth is connections. I don't know why people think it's money. It's connections, honey. It's connections, okay? You take the money away, it's connections. It's connections. It's connections. Okay? So anyhow, um, I started talking about this, and I wanted to talk about this because once you unlock your mindset, you can see that you are able to overcome any situation and make anything that you deem in your mind possible. Okay, um, anything, just like that, anything. Okay, um, and prime example of this, you know, was me 5 years ago when I said I wanted to have my own makeup company and I wanted to make the pigments. I wanted to make the pigments. Understand where the started from the rock. The rock. Okay? Pigments come from rocks, y'all. Um, and go about it that way. I also like a lot of research and stuff like that and investigative stuff. So me and being very creative and artsy. So that's something that I love to do. Somebody out here smoking pot. They hiding, but they smoking pot. Whatever. They always smoking pot out here. So that ain't nothing new. That ain't nothing new. That ain't nothing new. These people get high. They get so high going to the moon and back. Um. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I didn't have a lot of money. I took piece by piece. I made my stuff hand by hand, like little stuff. I had 5 colors. I made 5 micas and and then started making stuff and going door to door. Some people was laughing at me. Some people like, okay, I'll try it. Other people were like, ah, and it didn't start out real good. I ain't even gonna lie. It started out better. Now that I look at it now, the yeses that I got, because I got what, about maybe about the first time I started, about 5 yeses out of 50. Because I was nervous then. I went to 50. I had to push myself. Like, let me go to 50 houses. Listen, 50 doors. Some people, get out my porch, get out, And and then I just kept going, I slowly kept going. Some people were saying no. Some people say, well, I don't really like it. It was really cute, but the colors are really dynamic. I want something softer. And I said, okay, well, I'll work on that. Other people was like, I don't want to try it. It's a little bit too dynamic. And other people was like, no. Some people kept saying no, and they finally, when I finally did it the 5th time, they was like, okay, well, let me try, because you ain't going to stop. So let me just try so you can, And I got it that way. And I kept going. I didn't let anybody stop me. There was a lot of people who still said no. I didn't get a loan from the bank. I actually had wrote a proposal, and they said, oh yeah, this is not gonna work. I tried to get help from the Small Business Association. I remember it's a man named Mr. Clausey, and he still does volunteer work there. Now he's, I got up and I told him, what my thing was, and he's like, let me help you with formatting, what your platform was, and what this organization is gonna be about. And I told him like what I wanted to do, and he's like, how much money do you think you're gonna make with this? And I was like telling him how much that I wanted to start off. I was like, I wanted to make $50. Just start making $50 at least a month, and then after 5 months make $500. And he's like, huh, well, that's a horrible business, And I said, okay, well, that's cool, but that's something that I wanted to do. And then I ended up getting $500 before that 5th month. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, just be consistent. The 4th month, I got more than that. So I went back and I showed him, and I said, okay, here it is. And I said, you said that, I need to keep working on it. And he's like, okay, so you're making a solid $500 a month, and asking me what was my next goal. And I told him, he was like, don't quit your day job. This isn't going to help you. This isn't going to fund you. This isn't going to support you. I said, okay. So I didn't quit my day job, but I kept going. Y'all. And 5 years later, guess what? I still got my business. I still got my business. Now, I'm a multi-millionaire? No. No. But I'm sure I'll probably get there very soon, with determination and innovation and collaboration, for sure. I'm sure that I'll get there. And I'm okay with that journey, But you have to remember, that it's your journey to have. It is your life to have. It is your dream to have. Some people are not going to get it. They're going to tell you that it's the worst thing in the world, People laughed at me. I flipped burgers to go get my stuff done. I washed toilets. Oh yeah, well, you was case management. You was doing case management and you was cleaning toilets. You was doing all this and you was wiping people's butt. Yes, I was doing all this. You was picking up trash. You was sleeping in your car. Yes, I was. Yes, 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 and yes, and yes. And this is why I try to tell you, this is the abundance mindset, because it might look like you are losing at all ends because you can't do what other people are doing. But for you, doing the normal and just having the luxury, having the time to go and lay back and hang out, that's tragic for you. That's tragic for you, because you want something bigger, you want something greater, And so yeah, change your mindset. And when I unlocked that and I tapped into it, although it looked like it was real hard from outside, although some days I couldn't eat, although some days I didn't even have a roof over my head other than my car. Um, Sometimes um, I had to leave one job, go into another job, go back, walk my dog, hold my dog, so I can give that my dog some time and some energy, you know, for 2 hours, then go back, leave my dog with other people, pay to have my dog to, so that she can have her attention, so she won't be neglected, because I love my dog. My dog is like my baby, okay? Um, and to go, even though that seemed like it was stressful and it was very hurtful, but it was bringing me so much joy and so much passion because I knew I had something to look forward to. That's the abundance mindset. I'm doing what I'm called to do. I am permeating. Listen, when you do stuff, when you are unlocked and you have a growth mindset, man, it's so many opportunities that come to you. Your mind, when your mind changes, it's like, you no longer see that you only have 24 hours in a day. You say that, I have so 20, you see you got 24 hours in a day. I ain't gonna say that. But you see, like, I have so much to do. I have an impacted life. So much that I have so much to do in these 24 hours. A lot of people laugh in my life and they say, oh, yeah, your life has been structured a lot because you've always been doing something, Bill. You've always been doing something. And for the most part, it's true. But these last couple of years, y'all seen, it wasn't. It was more of just seeking God. But you have to understand, when you have an abundance mindset, it's not going to look. It's not going to look like most, because most people are not unlocked. Most people are not unlocked, y'all. They're not. They're not. So, and I used to have hardships explaining what you know, because I started seeing things different when I was getting unlocked. I started seeing things different, but I was around people who were locked like I once was, or in a lower capacity than I was before. That was just even scarier. That's what scared me even more. Like, going through this whole scenario, when you seen something and you had a fixed mindset, but it wasn't so fixed to where it was killing you. Like, it's one thing to be stuck at the same spot, but it's another thing to know that you went too far. So I've been in both places. But back to this whole regulator. I want to teach you how to live in it, because God has been teaching me. God has been teaching me. One of the indicators that you are going into this realm is that God starts separating you again. Every time I'm getting elevated, God is separating me from other people. But you come across people who are in your realm who have so much knowledge that you couldn't. It was no way that y'all could have just crossed paths, just with education or regular instances alone, because they're too high. Their frequency is too high, meaning they're not only their educational level, their spiritual level is high. They're in not even just a mentor mentee kind of position. They've been in a supervisory role for a grand scheme. Okay. And this is what I was seeing. Hold on, Luke. Sorry, y'all. This is what I was seeing. It was kick it, y'all. Let me say kick it. Yeah, this is what I was seeing. And one thing I've learned about people who have been on the ranks of abundance, notice they stay around abundance all day. They know what it's, they know the sound. It rings, y'all. Like, it rung in my ear. Like, it was breathing. Like, abundance has a frequency, y'all. Like, I've felt it before, but I mean, oh shoot. I hope this thing don't go out, y'all. If it do, I'm just gonna try to finish. But I've been on a frequency of abundance before, many times, okay? Dealing with money, finances, opportunities. Y'all seen how my life, it just boom changes dynamically, okay? But this time, how I knew that God was putting me into a abundance mindset for sure was that I was going around people who were steady on that frequency, meaning they did not falter, they did not faint on that frequency. They were so strong on the frequency. They've been living on that frequency for so long, that they don't know anything else. They know nothing else. They can't even vibrate on a lower frequency. They practice this, they maintain it, and it's so strong. It is so strong, y'all. And so that was the first thing I started seeing. I was just like, what? Like, y'all, even my physical being was changing. Okay? When I say physical, like, it was changing. Whole thing was changing. The other thing was, I'm getting put in rooms. My name is being put in rooms, y'all. And I know God had told me this a couple of months ago. Y'all see me recorded before, like, people talk about me and don't even, like, my name is being mentioned before I even get there, before I even get into the place, y'all. So it was kind of scary because I'm like, God, I don't want to misplace your blessing, which you gave me. I was feeling doubtful, you know, not even thinking about it. Now I think about it, like, God, it's you any doggone way that put my name in the room anyway. But that's another setting. Like, literally, people were talking about me when I've always had that usually in my life. Like, my name goes before me because of how my name is. You know, it's very a clean name, you know, very Americanized. Well, for the most part, Americanized name. You know, and it's a dainty name. It's a pretty name. It goes with what I do. And, you know, most people, oh, it's Belle. It's not Isabel, it's Belle. So, yeah, it just name is going in rooms, okay? Your presence, before your presence is known, before you even go in there, your presence is known. You know, your presence. Y'all know when I first got here, like, it was really hard for me because I was used to permeating on that type of frequency and having that name and having people know me, and people who had a good standing in the community and a good standing with God to vouch for me, you know. And so that it made room for me. It made very much room for me. But this time it's people that I don't even know. People I don't even know. They haven't seen me. They've seen a picture of me, or other people know of me, you know. Not only that, the people who are saying negative things, they switching over to saying the good things. I kid y'all not. Like, this I know. This is abundance mindset. Everything, doors are unlocking. Getting invited to many engagements and things, you know. But come on. What else? I said the engagements, the words, people are coming out talking. Not only that, energy, energy. Energy, that inner knowing coming back even more solid than before, The other thing is that this time around, because some of the things that I noticed with the abundance mindset is that I looked at things, even though some of the things were going the same way, like people avoiding me, people repelling from me, because people do repel based off of vibration, they really do. But the people that were repelling from me, I was also aware of why they were repelling from me, and I was okay with it. And I thought about it, and I was like, dang, you know what? I had this mindset before. I thought about it when I used to fly, and how, you know, I was like, I'm going to fly, I'm out, and everybody was like, no, you can't be a flight attendant, you can't be this. And I got up, and that's what I did. I said bye, and the next thing you know, I was on planes. They was like, where Bill at? Bill, where you at? We ain't seen you in a couple of months. I'm gone. Like, bye. You know, I'm out. Y'all ain't about to hold me back. Bye. You know, and that's what I did. And so, um, yeah, I understand that. I understood that um, it permeates, and because I was permeating at a higher frequency or a higher vibration. I don't want anybody to get scared and think it's occultic and all that other stuff because vibrations are true. It's true. It's glory, splendor, glory, honor. Yes, yes. It goes at a higher rate. It's at a higher rate. Um, and when you are in God's splendor and God's glory is around you, it's dynamic. I'm telling you, only certain people can reach it and attain it. Some people can marvel at it, but they'll still hate it because it'll show something that's lacking in them, especially if God is calling them to do something. You know, and it happens to all of us, but that's what happens. So, uh, what I will say is, do not fight the feeling. Um, if you are going through the abundance transition, understand that it's a reason that God is calling you to have it. Don't get too afraid of it. I was getting nervous because I'm like, dang man, I know what happens. Like y'all, when you be blessed by God, listen, God done blessed me before, like, and sometimes I don't be scared of what the enemy gonna do because people they really just be doing the most. But I be scared about how God is gonna bless me because when God blessed me, how He blessed me, it's like it shows so much that nobody can doubt what he does for me. Like no one can doubt. Like when I say this, y'all think that I'm like trying to be braggadocious, but I am braggadocious on God. Listen, he's worthy to be look, his stuff is rightfully so, rightfully so. You know, um, but um, yeah, you begin to permeate. I remember not only that your body features change, your tones, some of the tones it goes in sync. Like you sound more harmonious. I keep telling people, like, people who don't know, okay, please don't hit me because we ain't got time for that, because you're going a little bit too fast on this street. um I keep telling people that, but I grew up singing. My family sings, okay? So harmonies, things like that. I love melodies. I love, you know, I love harmonies. I love music, okay? Y'all, when you get into the greatest, the highest pitch, you get into in sync. You can be in harmony and not be in sync, and be in perfect pitch, perfect tone, perfect rhythm. When that is crisp, y'all, it does something. It does something. And so I started seeing that everything was kinetic. It was like, oh, it's just like running too. It's like running too, y'all. It's but everything is just connecting, just boom, 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 boom. You know, you're gonna start seeing that. You're gonna start seeing things fall into place. You know, you don't even know where your next meal come, and it just happened. I was having that when I was going through some tough times out here. I told y'all when I ain't have a dime and God allowed somebody else. It's like, God told me to get this meal for you, and I had a whole seafood meal, y'all. Like, I didn't even tell anybody that's what I want. Well, I told God, but I was like, dang, I sure wish I could have this. And it went doom, 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 just like that. Just like that. So that's what I'm telling y'all about the abundance mindset. So can you train to keep it? Yes. Some people train to prepare to have it. I really do think it's a lifestyle. I really do think it's a lifestyle because the more I'm into it, or the more times that I get into it, it's usually on a natural basis. But I was always brought up is that, you know, God will supply all my needs, and everything that I have is already here. Everything that I have is already, God is already giving it to me. You know, um, it's already been supplied. I'm just waiting for the time for it to come. And so, and I truly do believe that. I really do believe that. I've seen it so many times happen. The only time that it stops is when I get hesitant. And it delays, but it comes. It always comes, y'all. And when it comes, it's like boom. So, can you prepare for it? Of course. Of course. I'm sure you can. Like I said, when I go through it, usually it's through a natural state. Um, Something happens. I know that even if I go through stressful times, something happens with my mind that it resets and it goes back to that mind frame. And I do believe that's just because of how I was raised as when I was younger. Because a lot of people have been through some of the same stuff or the same exact things that I've been through, and um, haven't went there. And I know that's by God's grace, but um, God has things in position too. So, um, yeah. So yeah, y'all. But yeah, just be free, be open to hear. Um, One thing I did, and I was grateful to have was um, to have the opportunity to really know God and have an opportunity. I can always know God more, but to have this opportunity to walk with God and um, being led, truly led by the Spirit, during all of my wilderness time, and it helped me. It helped me a lot. It helped me a lot because um, it allowed me to understand that there are other voices. There are other voices. Um, there are other gods. There are other. It opened me up to see what things really are, and to understand that I do have a choice, and the true um, rewards of following my choice. You know, following my choice. So, um, yeah. But most of the time, when you are going through this, you're going to be around people who are abundant. When you go around people who are non-abundant or don't have that mindset, they're going to have a negative connotation towards you. They're going to have a um, closed view. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it, even if they tell you something nice. Even if they tell you something nice, okay? And so I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of that. Um, you'll still have that. You'll still have that. So, yeah, stay close to people who are permeating on that frequency. I know people during this time will tell you to only stick with people who believe in God and believe in what you believe in. Um, While that is true when you're going in certain things, I will tell you that God did not create us to be with just people who believe and think and look and feel and agree with things that we agree with. And let me tell you, God uses everybody. God will use somebody that don't look like you, who don't believe in the same God as you, who don't speak the same language as you, to help you get into that new dimension. To get into that new dimension. I'm telling y'all this. And I tell y'all hear a lot of stuff that I talk about. I don't try to sugarcoat nothing, but I'm telling y'all what I know. I'm telling y'all what I know. What I know. Okay? Your job, if God is giving you that abundance mindset, your job is just to get to that level. Get to the level. He'll take care of everything else. Get to the place. Get to the level. So, just make sure they done turned out the lights now for that. That's just weird. Make sure you do that. Um, the other thing that I got was that um during this time I told y'all energy levels. Like when you are direct, and you're going into what you're called to do, it rejuvenates you. I don't give a care if you're introverted, extroverted, ambivert. You can say whatever you want to. When you are doing what you were called to do, it rejuvenates you on certain levels. It rejuvenates you on certain levels. Okay? Um, you're gonna see that more. So where you start looking youthful, you start looking younger than you did before. Before. Um, and so yeah, who they getting? Y'all can't mess with the police. Hey, y'all can't mess. Oh, okay. So on that note, I'm gonna get off of here. It's already been 30 minutes. Hopefully something I've said or done has helped you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem and keep your mindset. Bye. Uh oh. Uh oh.